For my educational infomercial, I'm going to be doing mine on mental health. The first basic question is, what is mental health? Mental health is something that affects people every day, yet most people are unaware of what mental health and mental health disorders are. There are some myths that tend to be associated with mental health. Some of those myths are that they themselves cannot have mental health problems. People with mental health issues are violent and aggressive, that they can't hold down a job, and that they have a weak character and are lazy. Mental health is the overall psychological, emotional, and social well-being of an individual. Mental health affects how we think, feel, and act. It helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. And mental health is something that's so important at every stage of our life, from childhood and adolescence all the way through adulthood. If one experiences mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and your behavior could be affected by that. Contribute to whether a person has mental health issues or may develop mental health issues throughout their lifetime may be biological factors such as genes and brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, and family history if a person's family has had a history of mental illness in the past. So, what organizations and agencies are out there to actively address and support mental health issues? A few of the ones that I would like to talk about are the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the National Institute of Mental Health, and Active Minds. The National Alliance on Mental Illness, or NAMI, is the nation's largest mental health organization that's dedicated to building better lives for the millions of Americans that are affected by mental illness. NAMI is associated with hundreds of local affiliates, state organizations, and local volunteers who work in communities to raise awareness and support and provide education that was not previously available to those in need. NAMI aims to educate, advocate, listen, and lead. For education, they have education programs that are offered in thousands of communities across the U.S. that ensure that families and individuals get the support that they need. To advocate, NAMI helps shape public and national policy for those with mental illness and provide volunteers with resources to help within states. For listening, NAMI has a toll-free help line that allows responders to take requests, give referrals, and provide info and support to anyone that wants to talk or needs help. And for leading, they have public awareness events such as Mental Illness Awareness Week and NAMI Walks that successfully fight stigma and encourage understanding. The National Institute of Mental Health is another organization. Their goal is to transform the understanding and treatment of mental illness through basic and clinical research, paving the way for prevention, recovery, and cure. The National Institute is a research facility that generates research and promotes research training to fulfill these four objectives: defining the mechanisms of complex disorders, charting mental illness trajectories to determine when, where, and how to intervene, to strive for prevention and cures, and to strengthen the public impact of National Institute of Mental Health supported research. Active Minds is an organization that focuses on student mental health. Because mental health issues are very prevalent among college students, they impact a student's ability to succeed, and mental health issues can be very deadly. Active Mind aims to be stigma-free by providing ways to connect students among college campuses. The importance of mental health among students has become evident, and the practices of Active Minds helps throughout each university. Active Minds works with college campuses to change the perception about mental health on college campuses. They encourage student advocacy of the mental health movement, and they have over 400 current campus chapters. So why do people access mental health services? The most common reasons are receiving family and friend support, being a victim to trauma, to prevent a child from developing mental problems over time, to reduce anxiety, depression, and stress, and to seek comfort. Lots of people are afraid to reach out for help because of the many barriers that exist. Some of those include the stigma associated with having a mental health issue, health insurance and financial costs, the lack of mental health education and awareness in our country, and the lack of access to services. Mental health is not something that should be overlooked and should be encouraged for one to seek help if they are struggling.